For ribs done right, slow cooked to perfection, come to Lady Louise's place and get authentic home cooked comfort foods at reasonable prices. Come in today for great lunch specials like these: 4-bone rib sandwich, $5.95; 3-piece whiting fish sandwich, $3.99; Cajun turkey wing, $5.95; chicken leg and thigh, $1.99. Join our rewards club and get $5 off your next meal. We cook the way Big Mama cooks. Lady Louise's on West McNichols at Greenfield. Call 313-273-3663.
Computers for only $200? That's right. Computers for only $200. Let All About Technology get you started. Get a computer for only $200. And don't forget, if you need any assistance or computer help on your existing computer, we can help. Hardware, software, network, you name it. All About Technology can do it. Call 313-218-4888 or go to www.allabouttechnology.com, the home of the $200 computer.
Welcome to Josephine's Food for the Soul, where we make eating a pleasant experience. You can taste the love.
Whether it's our delicious barbecue ribs and chicken or tasty sides, you can just taste the love. Join us on Fridays for hot fish guaranteed to make your mouth water. Don't want to leave home? No problem. We'll deliver. For delicious home-style cooking, stop by. We are located at 18,000 East 9 Mile Road between Kelly and Gratiot. Call 586-362-8155 to place your orders.
I'm fabulous. Hi, Mommy. Hi, Daddy. I'm fabulous.
Young Jack got back, did a little bit. Now we hardy, buffy, tough, do-rag and Tim's. Kinda hard to get a job back out on the block. Charge that to the game. Young girl, she grew up in a rush. Had it bad, no doubt. She don't know who to trust. Every man she ever loved only wanna crush. Charge that to the game. But it's all gravy. Hey, baby. Shots get popped, the cops shut down the party. Jeans sag low, blow smoke out of the trees. We got love for y'all, but y'all don't love us.
Relationship, family. I'm trying to cap. Good evening and welcome to Expose Under the Sun, brought to you by the Detroit Native Sun newspaper, bringing you news and information not readily found in mainstream media. I am your guest host, Carolyn Anderson, standing in for Sharon Dumas, who is out today. Today we have two dynamic guests. We have Dr. Sabrina Jackson back.
Hey, how are you?
And we are also fortunate to have her son, Marcel Smith. Hi, how are you?
Hello, I'm doing great.
Great. You probably remember Dr. Jackson because she has written a number of books. And so, Dr. Jackson, do you have one of your books right there?
I do have one. It is He's Not a Statistic. 12 Laws for Single Mothers Raising Black Males. And when I was raising him and I became a single mother, people kept saying, oh, he's going to be a statistic. He's going to get in trouble with the law. He's going to have problems in school. And I said, oh, no, not my son. He will not be a statistic. And so people kept asking me, what did I do to create a Marcel Smith? And so I did some things, put them in a book.
All right. I think that's wonderful. And we're going to talk about those things. And we're going to get a chance today to interview Marcel Smith. And so today we're going to be talking about how to summer-proof our children.
Oh, my goodness.
Because Detroit, there's a lot going on. A lot of wonderful things are happening in Detroit. But our children need to be summer-proof, if I could put it that way. Particularly for violence and other types of directions that's taking them off track so that they can, in fact, learn those techniques that you have there in your book. What would you say is going on in Detroit? What's the climate of what's happening now? Because it's summer now and a number of children have already experienced violence.
I think there are several things going on. The first thing is that a lot of young people have nothing to do.
Okay.
And because they have nothing to do, because they have no job, because they have no outlet, they have nothing to move that energy to move, that there's a lot of anger that's going on. And when people don't know how to deal effectively with anger, it shows up aggressively. And so then you don't have the type of outlet that they need to work off some of that steam in the summer. And then you may have young people, unfortunately, who don't have the parent or have the person in the home to kind of direct them on alternatives and things to do of that nature. So there's a lot of that going on. And then the other thing is that sometimes the violence is not just from the young people. We have some violence going on with people that are older as well.
This is true, very true. Now, we note that you have written a book, Dr. Jackson, and we're going to talk with Marcel, who has been so fortunate, who has made some really wonderful decisions based on your direction as well. But were you, was it a two-family home? I mean, how did you, because many people say, well, you know, if I had a man or a husband there, I can certainly do more, particularly with a son. Was there a two-parent home?
At some point during his upbringing, there was a two-parent home, but the majority of his time coming up, I was a single parent. So his natural father, his birth dad, we broke up when he was 11 months old.
Okay.
And then I stayed single until he was about 8. I think he was
Okay.
7 or 8. I can't remember.
I'm not sure.
7 or 8, and then I stayed with that person in the home, you know, together for 5 years, and so all the time beyond that, it was just he and I. And so I will say that it is critically important to have a male influence support system when you're dealing with the male. And I would reach out to say that it's just as important for a female. So when you have a daughter, your daughter needs a male influence as well, because they need to learn how to interact appropriately with a male and see some of that. And so a lot of people don't have that example, and because they don't have the example, when they get in the situation, they don't have a clue what to do.
You know, you make a very good point. Well, Marcel,
Yes.
let's talk about what it was like for you growing up. Do you think it's important for a male to provide directions, particularly for a young man? You grew up in Detroit, is that right?
I did grow up in Detroit, born and raised. I think that a male influence is very important, whether it be through mentorship or fatherhood, or someone for them to look up to and be able to ask questions to if they come up against different things they will when they're growing up or hitting puberty. My mom has a very funny story in the book about that, me hitting puberty, asking some questions. But just going from a boy to a man, there's some things you're going to come up against in life, and you're going to need someone to be able to talk to. That's a male. That's like you.
Yeah, you know, because they said a woman can not really make a man out of a boy. I mean, am I making that? Am I saying that right? A woman can't make a boy become a man, but a
She
man
can make
can.
a boy. She can make one. She just can't make him into a man.
Who influenced you? Who helped you? Because you certainly have been successful, and we're going to talk about your book in a minute. Who has helped you?
I have
What
a
male?
ton of people that helped me, mentors, coaches, because I played college basketball and basketball since I was 7 years old. So all the different coaches and just different people I would see in the community that were really doing positive things. And for me, it was the ownership. I see different business owners. I was always looking to that and smiling upon that.
Okay, very good. Now, are you? Have you completed school?
Yes, I just received my master's in business administration.
Your master's in business
Yes.
administration. Well, how old are you?
I am 23 years old.
Now, that's quite an accomplishment. Quite an accomplishment.
Thank you.
Yeah. What would you attribute to that? Because you know, every mother wants the best for their children. And everyone do not have a war chest or treasures, and I don't know what your resources were. You could tell us about that. But how did you do that?
Hard work. And I think I would consider myself a leader, so just deciding that I want my destiny and what I want to be the best possible me, instead of maybe hanging around friends or doing something in the moment. I was always looking for a long-term success, something that would sustain.
Okay, very good. You know, we have a caller. Let's find out what the caller says. Hi, caller, are you there? Hi, caller, are you there? I don't think that caller's there. Hi. Okay, we're going to go to the next one. Hi, caller, are you there? Okay, I guess not. So, well, Sabrina, Dr. Jackson, would you tell us now, did you have resources? Were you a fairly wealthy woman? Is that how you were able to kind of do all these things?
No, and no.
Okay.
a lot of times people think it takes a lot of money to do
Yes.
things. I think the first thing that you have to understand is that the number one thing that your child needs is you. They need to connect with you.
Love.
They need love.
And love. Marcel
they
says
need
love.
They need compassion. They need to know that you are there for them, that you got their back.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I say is that even when I had to discipline him, which you will have to discipline them,
Yes.
parents.
Love is discipline.
Love is discipline.
Oh, yes.
He knew that the discipline wasn't because I didn't like him. The discipline was because I wanted what was best for him. And so, no, I didn't have a whole bunch of money. And as a single parent, there were many times, I mean, we have many stories where things
Yes.
were tight, tight, and tighter.
And tighter.
But one of the things that he did, he excelled in sports, he excelled academically, and so he was able to go to school on a full ride scholarship.
Wow.
And happily, I didn't pay for him to go to school.
That's interesting. I want you to hold your book up for us, would you, Marcel?
Oh,
And what's the name of that book?
It's called The Balance, Student Athlete Handbook for Successfully Managing Life with Academics and Sports.
Okay, now is it about basketball or is it about life as it relates to basketball? What is that book
I
about?
like to call it a self-help book for student athletes, male or female, and about the middle school to about college, trying to find balance and, how do I get my homework done while still hanging with my friends, while still being cool, while still, being in the sauce and kind of chasing your dreams where you still want to be the next LeBron James or Stephen Curry, So this book helps you, ask your questions. It's about application, so it's a lot of question Q&A in there.
This
This
is
is great.
great. So a person can purchase this book. How can you purchase? And I just want to hold this up because hold your books up, Dr. So kind of like parent, like son.
Well, let me say this, that he graduated with his master's at 23. I graduated with my master's at 23. So that's just a part
there's
of
a
what we
pattern.
do in our house. We just
There's a
excel.
pattern.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: were the expectations there? Because sometimes people say you don't want to make expectations too high for your children. I mean, what do you think about setting expectations? Did your mom set? Was your mom mean?
Well, the only expectation was to always do your best.
Okay.
So when it came to school, it would be, if you could get an A, get an A.
Get an
right?
A.
You're not going to go halfway, and we didn't want to be average. So
Okay.
just do your best. And so your best is usually an A if you really, I haven't met too many people who couldn't, do something positive, do something good when they put their heart and soul into it.
Okay. You talked about balance, and I just thought I saw the line. You talked about balance. So you are certainly a brilliant young man. I'll say that.
Thank you.
When we talk about balance, we many times look at being able to enjoy other areas of life. Some people are extremely just
One
book
way,
smart,
yeah.
and they can't can't use a can opener. You know what I'm saying? So, how are you balanced, Marcel? When you say balance, how are you? What kinds of areas of activities are you involved in? What makes up Marcel?
Me, I'm very diverse, so I have a lot of different friends that are, of different religion, different backgrounds, different skill set. I'll do a lot of different things. So I do yoga, I golf, I still play basketball. Some of my friends are architects, some played soccer, you name it. I just keep it, I'm open to different things and trying new things. Like this past year, I went skydiving.
Skydiving.
Yes.
Okay, that's jumping out of the plane.
Yes.
Okay.
Jumping out of a plane.
Yes.
Okay.
And so I just try to keep a diverse and an open mind to doing new things.
It seems like you've been exposed to many things growing up in life. Would you say that's fair?
Yes. I think that now I'm able to experience a lot more of the world that I wish I would experience at an earlier age.
Oh.
But yes, I am well cultured now.
That's very good. Hi, caller, are you there?
Yes, I am. First of all, I just want to say it's great to see Dr. Sabrina and her son on the show. And both of them are authors and shining examples for the community. I just wanted to ask Dr. Sabrina what you have coming up next, and does it include your son?
Oh, that's a good one.
That is a very good one. I have The first thing I have coming up is the Empowered Mom Coaching Series, where I'm going to spend about an hour, hour and a half every Thursday for 6 weeks, really diving into the laws in the books. People can ask questions, and it's going to be over the telephone, and it'll start that first Thursday in June and go every Thursday for 6 weeks. And so that's the Empowered Mom coaching series. And then after that, it was funny. I was asked earlier, were Marcel and I doing some things together? And so I immediately got on the phone with him. And so we're going to be a part of a program with, I can't give all the details, but
Yes.
it'll be with the NAACP and their youth empowerment series that they want to do this summer. We're going to be a part of that, and then we'll probably be doing some other things where we're able to put together where mothers can come get some talking and some training from me, and they can bring their sons and they can listen to Marcel and really interact with him. Because one of the things that I will say about Marcel, he has a heart for young people.
It's certainly clearly there. He
Definitely
really
has a
does
heart
has
for
a lot
young
of passion
people,
for people.
and because he does, when he talks, they listen. And so it's just a wonderful opportunity to hear from someone, not just who's talking about doing it, but who's done it. You know, he's done the basketball. He understands that life is wonderful with basketball, but there are other things that can be just as wonderful without the sport. So I just think that parents really need to expose their children to a lot of variety of positive things in order to give them options.
That's great. In your book, do you give people some direction as to how they can find these resources? Like, how do you get your kid involved in some golf or skydiving, or where do you find these things? And do you have to pay an arm and a leg? I mean, I mean, really? How did you manage that?
I give suggestions, and the internet is a great resource to kind of find and look up what's available in your area. So just kind of give some ideas, you know.
Okay.
But there's no limit. You could, I mean, I golf. Somebody may choose martial arts. You know,
Sweet. That's good.
it's up to them.
One of the laws that I have in my book is that you should discover what your child's passion is and then use it to your own advantage. And so when I discovered very early that Marcel loved basketball, I mean,
Yes.
he loves basketball to the point that
Uh-huh.
he used to sleep with the basketball.
Yes.
And so when I figured that out, I began to use that as a way to help encourage him in the areas that I wanted to push him towards. So
That's good.
as far as academia, when you asked him, was I mean or a strict mother, I did have a standard. And the standard for playing basketball at the house was a 3.5 or better.
Okay.
If you did not bring me a 3.5 or better, you could not play.
That was a great leverage because you knew what his interest was.
Exactly.
Caller, are you there?
Yes.
Hi. Why don't you get in on this conversation, caller? What would you like to ask?
I had a question for Marcel.
Okay, go ahead.
I wanted to know, how did you keep your grades up and play basketball at the same time?
I studied first, and I worked out when it was time to go to the gym, or if I had practice right after school, I would go to practice, you know, do what I needed to do for basketball, training-wise, and then when I got home, I would take care of what I need to do. So just handling my responsibilities, managing my time. So if I knew I was at the gym, I knew I couldn't be there all night if I had a long science project that night, which isn't every night. So you have to manage your time, put in the time, because it takes time to be good at basketball or good at a sport or a craft, and it takes the same amount of time to excel in school. It takes effort.
Thank you.
No problem.
Okay. I think that's very good. You know, men listen to men. Boys listen to boys. I mean, really, because that was a powerful call. He wanted to understand how to put those things in place, and how did you do it? Marcel, do you speak at different events? Can people contact you
Yes.
to have you? And tell us about that. How can they reach you if they want to? Because I can see you on the speaking circuit. I really can. You want to call him. Tell us how we can reach you.
Thank you. You can reach me at marcelsmith.com. Have a website, and then you have my booking information. You just leave a message and what you're looking for, and we'll go from there.
You know, I note too, because you and I talked earlier, you're your own man.
Yes.
You really are, and it's not like a mama's boy thing. You're your own
could you say
man.
it again?
And I think say that again. Then.
Well, you know, it was interesting. I remember years ago. I don't know if he was in college or in high school, but someone made a joke to him, almost like a dig, like,
Oh.
"You a mama's boy."
Oh no.
And his response was, "You don't know who my mama is," because we are tight. But I
Yeah.
never wanted him to be so connected to me that he
Yes.
couldn't do his own path. So
Yes.
when it came time for him to go away to school, to go to Texas, people kept saying, "You know, you so tight. How are you gonna handle him being gone?" I was like, "How dare I stop him from his path? How
Oh,
dare I do that?"
Yeah. You've done your job. You've done your task. And what I think I hear you saying, particularly at these events that you're scheduling to come up, you want to provide other people with that roadmap so that they can also foolproof their children from the summer, provincial, violence and things that's going on. Tell us about that event again, Dr. Jackson, how people can come to this event that you're scheduling, that you could talk to moms and get some insights.
Yes, well, the Empowered Mom event is the Empowered Mom Coaching Series, and it's going to start that first Thursday in June. They can go to my website, SabrinaJackson.com. As you see, me and my son and I like our names a lot. SabrinaJackson.com, and information is there. They can find that. We're both on social media. I'm on social media, Dr. Sabrina Jackson, or I am Dr. Sabrina on Twitter. People can find us. We're out there. Google me, as they say.
Google me.
Google me.
Marcel, you've got some more. I know you've got some more goals. You're 23 and you're so well accomplished now.
Goals?
Yeah, I know there's some. Can you tell us real quickly?
I have so many goals. I can't. I mean, we could be sitting here the rest of the show talking about my
Really?
goals, but I just, like my mom said, I have a heart for people, so I just want to be in positions where I can help people at a larger scale.
So really, that give back.
The
That's
give
a
back
passion
to it,
because you
too.
certainly feel, and you're a product of Detroit.
Oh yes.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
And I love Detroit. I wear T-shirts all the time.
Yeah.
I'm always letting people know I am from Detroit and I'm not the statistic that.
Great,
you know,
you're not
people
the
try to
statistic, and you're in a
put the
suit,
box
but
on.
I would imagine you're all right with blue jeans too.
Oh yeah. I can-
Okay. Oh yeah. Talk about a balanced young man. I like that. Very good. So if people want to reach Marcel or Dr. Jackson, they can certainly do that. Give them that number or a website again.
The website is SabrinaJackson.com or
MarcelSmith.com, and on social media I am the Soul Enhancer. All one word.
I love that. That is so sweet. Okay. Listen, thank you for watching Expose Under the Sun, which is brought to you by Detroit Native Sun newspaper. If you would like to be a guest or advertise on the show, just give us a call. Call us at 313-475-5944. Until then, we'll see you next week. You guys are terrific.
I'm fabulous. Hi, Mommy. Hi, Daddy. I'm fabulous.
Young cat got back, did a little bit. Now we hardy, puffy, tough, do-rag and Tim's. Kinda hard to get a job back out on the block.